Yo, welcome everybody to TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing, and welcome to round number 2 for the silver class, here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And as always, for this go-ahead, we're in Season 16. Second time is the charm. So we are here for a night race here at Bahrain. We got 15 drivers loaded on up, and we're just starting to begin the qualifying. It is myself, C Freeze, and alongside me is Mr. D'Angelo, and we'll be taking you guys through tonight's proceedings. We are live on both the YouTube and the Twitch. We encourage you guys to watch on your preferred platform, but I will have the YouTube up for tonight. And you know, while you're there, you might as well give it a good old like. But couple drivers going out on track, and yeah, welcome D'Angelo, and welcome back for a second week in a row. What are we expecting here for this good old circuit?
Yeah, it's great to be back. I'm not half asleep this time, everybody, so shut up in the comments this week. But yeah, the Secure circuit, it's not really secure because it is the Secure circuit, but the Bahrain Grand Prix, pretty decent lap around here, about 3.3 miles. Pretty quick lap around a high 128s. I think we'll see here in silver classes tonight, but when we get to platinum on Thursday, you'll see low 128s, maybe possible 127s. But yeah, pretty quick lap. 15 corners, really 14 because I don't count 15 as a corner, but you know. But yeah, really fast lap. Couple technical sections, and it's a real challenge. Oh,
As
wow.
you can see, there's already a retirement. That is Easy 10. Let's see, we'll go on board with Zionical, and you can see Easy in the Alpine, who was just stranded on the left side of the road, is now eroded away. He gone! He's already out. He'll be starting last for this one. After a pretty good opening round, he finished 7th, which was his best finish to date in only a few attempts. So he'll have to start this one at the rear. The first person on a lap is Bulldog Bazaar, who won the opening round in his obviously debut, and he's going to have an opportunity to go back to back. It was a pretty intense finish to last week's race. He won with 9 seconds in penalties, mainly because the person who was going to get the win, which was Z-Man in the Alpine, ran out of fuel at Qatar, and that opened up the gap to where he won over Kluka by 1.5 seconds. So he just pulled out enough of a gap to claim the win. So it was really unpredictable right at the end. One Z-Man ran out of fuel, really put Bulldog into position. So and he's also lobby host here tonight. So appreciate you doing the lobby details, as Chabar is out on vacation. I guess he did so well last week with a P5. He is out on the beach somewhere. And hopefully he, doesn't go too far in the water and gets bit by any sharks. You know, that would be tragic. Hopefully he's got insurance on those legs. We do need him to use the pedals.
Yeah, his Bulldog does set a 130.5. Not the best lap, and definitely not the fastest we'll see. But going back to last week at Qatar with all the, it even happened in I don't know if it happened in the Golden Race, but I know I was getting desperate for fuel management there at the end, and Platinum, as we are checking, only goes 3,000ths faster. His team, Bulldog's teammate, but yeah, fuel was a big thing last week, especially in the silver class, because Qatar, that was the first time we have ever run Qatar, so we did not know what the fuel was going to do. You still have to be very wary about the fuel around this track because it's a very heavy on the throttle kind of circuit, coming out of these slow corners into straightaways into high speed corners. So it's going to be very interesting to see how much overfueling or how much managing these drivers are going to do.
There's a bunch of times people setting in their first times, and the quickest in those first runs goes to Zionicle with a 29.5. He's got a half a second clear at the moment, who has another half a second off of We Are Checking, who put a nice, decent lap in that AlphaTauri. So, good by him. He also had, just want to shout him out, I know I did say it on the podcast, which we did have a new episode out this morning, so go tune in and listen to that. I had a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but I had a lot of fun, so go check it out. We pretty much summed up round one, but there was a lot of banter, a lot of jokes, a lot of yokes. So, but anywho, We Are Checking had his first co-commentary last week in the Golden Class. I thought he did a pretty good job, so he should be there again tomorrow night for the Golden Class. Yeah, cheer him on as he is coming into the pit lane.
Yeah, I was not able to watch the Golden race last week, but from what I'm hearing from you and from Camden as well in the podcast, from what I've listened to so far, apparently it was supposedly pretty solid.
Yeah, and you were invited, but you missed the message.
I did not. I'm not even kidding. I did not see it till I was laying in bed at 11:30 last night.
I think I was editing by that point. No worries.
Yeah,
no worries.
I will. Don't worry. I will make a podcast soon.
Whoa! Look at this.
Been...
Williams. Who is that? Kluka is
on his outlap.
He's. I mean, yeah, he's got the styrofoam.
Hit
and
the board. That is not purposefully hitting the board. He probably couldn't even avoid it if he would have had to go reverse.
Yep, no, he's fine on that one. I wanted to shout out two new drivers here today as F1 Nerd goes on the front row with the 29.8. CH Machine is a new driver here in the Haas. It'll be his debut. I believe he is, I think he's from the UK. I think it's a British driver. CH Machine. I'm not too sure actually, but he is a European of some sort. So thanks to racing late. Yep, the time zone makes it tough for those, but you know, it's good for them to stay up and do that if they're able to. And another new driver is in the Alfa Romeo. Man, both new drivers are off track in the same part of the track. I guess that is how you come in with the in-lap. Saad Niaz, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, is in the Alfa Romeo. He is, for the first time this season, we have seen an Alfa Romeo out on track after they were famously with Camden Luca, the last season's Silver Class champion, and Chabar, who they won the Constructors back in season 14, but it is vacant. And this is also the first time we're seeing the Haas as well in the CH Machine. That was formerly known with Capitan and J&B, who's in the comments, who was the Constructors champions from last season's Silver Class. So a little difference in shakeup of the teams, because now we're seeing more of the McLarens, Red Bulls, Alpines, AlphaTauris, where we usually haven't seen many of those.
Also, tonight, no Mercedes on the grid either.
Yeah, who's in the
Mercedes?
Who's in the Mercedes? Let's see.
Let me roster check this shit real quick. Let's see. We're in roster. We got in the Merc. It is. Where the heck is it? Oh, Peaky Blinders. What are their names? Peaky Blinders and Kyle. Kyle. What a guy.
Well, I guess so. We've never seen him yet, so.
Already down to, well, I can't see it now, 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in qualifying. It's Kluka, 129.5.
Yeah, he won the pole last week. He got P2, so he's got some good quality and good race pace. He's just marginally behind Zionicle, so good lap by him.
I really thought we'd be seeing some maybe or high 28s, but might just be wishful thinking on my part.
Assad
Would-
Niaz finishes one here. Or he just started one. Nope.
No, he's definitely.
He's done.
He's on 4 laps on those softs. I
Bulldog
wonder if he's
setting
just
a new lap
driving at
here.
this point.
He's going to start a new lap. Yeah, these are the middle laps here. Here's Halberg starting one.
Bulldog will be the first in this middle lap, sort of, to be finished.
Well, here comes
So
Weird
we'll see
checking.
how much the times are improving. Checking improves,
Nice.
or no, he
He did.
improves 4/10. So he's up to a 130.1. So the times are improving.
Yeah, no position gain, although I think Pilot just squeaked by in P5. He just finished a lap as he goes P5. He had a disconnect last week, and he wasn't able to get back into the session in time. He joined back during that loading screen, and he got DQ'd because he didn't have control of his car when we started the formation lap, which there is none today because of that glitch. Supposedly they fixed it, but we're not going to take a chance this week. We're going to let all the other leagues try it out first, and then,
We're gonna make them be the guinea pigs.
yeah. So hopefully no shenanigans today.
Yeah, I was just about to say that announcement. Formation lap now off after what happened last week was what I was gonna say if you didn't say it.
And
Bulldog coming.
I hope we remember that
14,
too.
15. Yeah, Bulldog coming in from 14-15 to the line. How much is he gonna prove? He jumps up to P4, 6/10 up on his previous time. Still 4/10 off of Zionical, but way better than his original time.
Should be a slight improvement by Halberg. Started at P9, only up to P8, so he grabs his teammate by 1 position.
This is also a track as well as Bags gets a little loose coming to that fast left-right there, getting onto that curve down towards the hairpin. This is also a track where mistakes have to be minimal to 0, because you make one solid mistake, your car is going to get sent offline and you're going to lose a 10th, maybe 2 in one corner in one braking zone.
And Machine had a nice lap, goes P8. Chabar's in the comments says Q1. Yeah, I think even in a short qualifying it says Q1.
Yes, I think
Right?
it does as well.
Yeah, because I did check the
started
settings.
Yeah. I mean, I know Q1 is also 18 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it says it no matter what. Oh no, I guess we'll find out.
If it's full qualifying, I mean, I guess we're in for a treat.
Full qualifying. If we could keep a consistent 20-person grid and start like maybe 15 minutes earlier every race day, I'd be fine with full qualifying every week.
I like the full qualifying. Yeah, I think it's good on.
It makes it interesting.
It's good on certain tracks, I feel like, and I think it really does mix up just the execution of qualifying. It's just a little bit different going through the 3 rounds, because you don't have to be perfect every round of qualifying. You just got to
have to make it to that shootout.
Yeah. Although I do find like it's a little irrelevant doing. Oh, Toblerone half spins it, saves it, and keeps it out of the
He was
wall.
on a flyer, or no, he was on an in lap, but that's gonna cost him some time getting back to the pit lane to where he can put on his last set, refuel the car, and get out going again. So he's gonna be cutting it close to getting a final lap going. My Ashton brethren.
Yeah. And my just to finish that point there is, full qualifying takes about roughly 45 minutes, and then you have another 50% race, which is almost the same amount of time. So I feel like it's just too much qualifying for about
Too
the
much
same
driving.
amount race. If they can make a full qualifying version and they just shorten the times down by, instead of 18, 15, and was the last one 12?
12.
Just make them all
Dude,
12.
12.
or something like that. You know, I think
Make them all 10. Even 10 would be fine, because I feel like even 12 when you only get down to 10 cars is too much.
yeah, I mean, some tracks could have some congestion, but on the game, I think it's easier to run with that congestion than in real life. Whiz bang goes P13. And his teammate is starting a lap from provisional. This will be his last lap of the day. He's kind of the first one to really start, too, so he's not going to get the full track evolution that some of these other drivers might have.
Yeah, but I think he's taken that into consideration. He might just be trying to squeeze a few more tenths, because I think in his mind right now, the only person behind him that can challenge is Kluka in his head, so he really thinks that no one's going to be able to really beat his time except maybe him. So, it all depends.
And
As he
Kluka,
does.
he gets provisional for the moment. Now Zionical's got to respond.
Can also someone else from the back gain a lot of time on this final lap as well. We have seen it done before. Oh, yep. Zionical's lap is over. Yeah. Getting a little loose coming out of turn 10. So that effectively ends Zionical's qualifying. Unless he put enough fuel in the car to where he can get another lap. Because he's still at 100% battery.
Pilots on a outlap. We have Z-Man Nars on one now. There's too many blue cars. I can't tell the difference between the Williams and the Alpine.
The dots.
Yeah, it's very similar. I guess
Yeah,
the darker is the Alpine.
First one. Actually, no, Z-Man. Z-Man is going to be the first one. Because he is on his flyer. Coming to turn 14 right now. Seems like he gets a good exit out of there. Now they'll run to the line.
Duck the head. Goes P3.
Moves up to P3.
Nice.
Solid lap from the Alpine driver.
We got
Gets
an
up
Aston
into the
Martin.
podium spots.
Tolbern
of
starting
qualifying.
one. Machine is starting one. We got a Ferrari of Halberg starting one. So a lot of drivers starting their laps. Another Williams. Nope. Who's that coming around? The blue. Blue.
F1 nerd.
He's in the pits.
F1 nerd.
Yeah.
Yep, Kluka is done. Looks like Zionical did start another lap. He did have enough fuel in the car. But Pilot will be the first one to cross the line when it comes time. And Zionical getting loose out of turn 10 again. Trying to put too much power down coming out of turn 10, just making the back end squeal on him.
There it goes. Qualifying is over now. So whoever finishes across the line, that's all we got. Zionical's not much of an improvement. He's going to have to really find a couple tenths here. At least something just to maintain on the front row.
Can he pull a Max Verstappen?
Oh, he misses the apex slightly.
Pilot's coming to the line first. Pilot moves up to P4 at the moment. Zionical improves
Slight.
a 10. Basically a 10.
Whiz bang to the line. From P14, we'll go to P13.
Good improvement from his last time. He did go up 5/10, but not a great qualifying.
Z-Man will come into the pits. That's not going to do it for him. Toblerone up a half a second. Goes front row for the Aston Martin. Here comes the Haas in ninth. Halberg
Ferrari
stays
does not
10th.
improve. F1 Nerd is next. He's coming to the line.
5th.
Goes up P5. Jumps Pilot. Bags to the line. Does not improve. What is happening? Oreo to the line. Nope, Oreo's going in. Checking. Spins out in turn 10.
Oh,
Or
wow.
not turn 10, turn 15. And that is qualifying.
Nice. Good ending there. And Kluka will go back-to-back. And a little belly-to-belly. He'll grab 2 pole positions to start the season.
Really, if you think about it, he kind of dominated the session with that final lap because it took a monster lap from Toblerone just to get in with it within 3/10.
Yeah. And I will say that's a really good lap from Toblerone. Imagine if he had those other 2 rounds of laps before, a little bit closer to that. He could have really challenged for pole, because what you want to do in qualifying is really set yourself up to where you incrementally gain on each lap that you go out to build that confidence. And earlier on, he had that half spin, so that could have cost him a few tenths later on in the session. But nonetheless, you know, to get on that front row is huge. So good stuff from Toblerone.
I know it's only qualifying as well, but I think if you're Zionicle, you're kicking yourself because you had 2 flyer laps and you half spun twice out of turn 10 back to back. So does that bring his confidence down ever so slightly as we head into the center?
Now, I will say, D'Angelo, I don't know if the Martians got you, but you got all robotic-y on me. So I don't know if you want to... I don't know what that means.
It might have just been a...
Oh, there we go, we're back.
Yeah, it's probably an internet PlayStation thing for a second.
Alright, so we're going to have to do prediction time right away. D'Angelo, let's start with you. And for those watching, leave your predictions down below, the top 3. And let's see if you win anything. I did win last week with the win pick, but that's about it. So yeah, go ahead, D'Angelo.
I'm gonna pick my Aston brethren, the big Toblerone, for the win. I think he's gonna overtake Kluka on the start, and I think he's just gonna kind of not really pull away, but just stay in front most of the race. And pit stops are gonna go pretty well. I think he's gonna get first. I think Kluka stays in second, and then I'm gonna grab a F1 nerd for P3.
Oh, hit my mic there. I will go with Kluka for the win. I think he'll convert the pole to get his first win in TCR. We will go with Zionicle for P2, and I like Bulldog for P3. I'm gonna try and keep with the same folks as last week to an extent. Those 3, and then plus Z-Man is gonna be in the mix as well. Those 4 did a really good opening round, as we have the 5 red lights coming on here for round 2, the Bahrain Grand Prix here in the silver class. And let's do it.
Seems like everyone gets off the line pretty well. Zionicle does move up into P2 in front of the Aston Martin there. Bulldog coming around the outside. Looks like he's going to get a decent run, but stays behind Toblerone. They all start lining up here.
You're checking, losing some positions, only starting on the hard tires. There's a couple around them on the mediums and softs. Oreo down in 15th. As we go back to the front, it's Kluka, followed by Zionicle, who was able to get Toblerone. Zionicle starting on those softs will have a big tire advantage up at the front.
Yeah, the only thing about those softs, if you're Zionicle, they fall away very quickly on this track.
Oh, Bulldog hits Toblerone in turn 10. And he goes spinning around.
That's commentator curse right there for Toblerone. I am sorry. But yeah, before the craziness happened, the thing is with Zionicle, just like Qatar, these tires degrade very quick around here. So you got to be very careful on those soft tires.
Usually it's Toblerone spinning by himself, but that time he got some help, and unfortunately, if that does get submitted, probably would be a penalty of sorts. As we are checking, looking on the inside of bags, it does not get it.
Z-Man pretty close to F1 Nerd as we have a switch at the front.
Man, look how foggy it is. I can't even see anything.
It's not orange either.
Oh yeah, Zionicle gets it. Sorry guys. Look how foggy it is. You can't see anything.
No. What is going on?
Oh my goodness. I guess I got.
I know it's the desert, but come on, man.
Yeah, so Zionicle gets the lead with the soft tires. Klukel's sticking behind him. F1 Nerd up to P3. Z-Man behind him, keeping the pressure. Bulldog down to 5th after that slight contact in this upcoming corner, previous lap.
Also, did Bulldog get any damage? Looks like he did not. But we have been wrong about that in the past, where there's damage that commentators cannot see as well. So, doesn't seem like he's really struggling for grip though, so Bulldog might be okay. But Kluka and Zionical already building up a 2-second lead over the rest of the field, as the possible race strategies have now popped up.
I think that's just the calm before the storm, because we're going to get DRS here real soon. There it is.
So Kluka using a little bit of battery, and here comes Z-Man. Gonna get alongside F1 Nerd here on the rear right, but he does back off into turn 1. And here comes Bulldog around the outside. Looked like he locked up a little bit. He has DRS.
Pilot almost got by, but he wasn't able to. Bulldog's still ahead, and he's got the DRS up to turn 4. Both drivers do.
Yeah, Pilot went in a little bit too deep to try to make that move around the outside there.
Here's a helicopter view. I know Camden will have that propeller going, but not here. Not in silver class. We don't do that stuff.
This is professional.
But a nice camera angle there. Oh, we have a yeller.
Oh, the whiz bang with the penalty as Pilot did go wide out of turn 10.
Back up here. Machine gets easy for 7th, I do believe. Moving up here, Z-Man's very close to F1 Nerd.
Yeah, I think it's the state of the hard tire. Yeah, I think it's the state
coming out behind him.
The state of the hard tire right now is just so much slower than the medium at this stage in the race, this early. But Z-Man will wait for the DRS zone here. As Kluka as well, gaining a lot of time on Zionical ahead of him. And here comes Z-Man with the DRS. Does get by him, cuts it off.
Pilot also looking on around the outside in turn 1. He'll get it around the AlphaTauri driver. Bulldog, big cut. And he had a lot of penalties last week. He might have just picked up at least a warning there, as they go side by side through turn 4. As you see in the background as well, you have the Haas of Machine and Easy side by side. Bulldog fights back around the outside and he gets it. And Machine takes and maintains for 7th. So some good battling by the two pairs.
Yeah, Bulldog was not given any inch of room going around the outside there by Pilot. Good by Bulldog to keep it on the track and keep it clean, using every inch of the track. But gets a bad exit out of turn 10. It's going to allow Pilot to get that DRS and get a good exit.
Here they come. Bulldog squeezes them to the inside line. He'll try to hang it around the outside, and Pilot gets it. He'll have to hang in for the main straight now.
Now, if you're both of these drivers, you don't want this happen, because there's already a second gap between those two and F1 Nerd. So whoever's ahead will not get DRS from F1 Nerd here.
Yep. And remember, last week it went green for the majority of the race, the whole race actually. So you don't want to lose too much time. Here comes Kluka for the race lead. Will grab it into turn 1 with the help of DRS. Zionical now. And P2 with those soft tires who around now is going to start to degrade a little bit, as Pilot and Bulldog still having a scrap.
Yeah, Pilot returned the favor to Bulldog and pushed him to the outside. Or actually kept doing the favor and pushing him to the outside, and Bulldog around turn 1 just could not keep it straight going around that corner, so the gap does increase between these two.
CH Machine and Easy, who will eventually close up to that 2 pair if they continue to fight. And then you have the 2 Ferraris behind them just waiting. The Halberg and Bags. Oh, mistake there from the Alpine. Easy goes deep into 10. Oh, contact!
It hits Bags.
Yeah. That was a dangerous re-entry there. He went deep, he locked up, hit the curb, and came back on track. And luckily, it probably only damaged his car and not much to Bags.
Yeah, but it depending on how hard he hit them, even though we're on standard damage, there is a possibility that Bags did get a little bit of side pod damage.
And well, I'm looking at it here. I know Easy's got some for sure. So he'll be pitting this time by. Get me a new front wing.
Yep, that front left end plate's off completely. And also, if you're Bags at the end of the race, you might just want to report it because why not? So, 'cause that is a dangerous re-entry from the Alpine driver. So that
Pilot
gap between
moves over second over Bulldog, so he is no longer in that threat of the DRS. A little bit of battling here. Who's this? We got Whizbang and Toblerone. Toblerone gets by Whizbang, who I think they had a little scrap earlier on. I don't know if there was any contact with Toblerone now ahead.
Toblerone looking for a nice recovery drive here as he starts catching up to his teammate. I think if you're Toblerone now, decent haul of points is what you're shooting for here after qualifying second and getting absolutely punted on lap 1. As a gap between the top two, between Kluka and Zionicle, is starting to increase as we go on. The softs are starting to wear off at this stage in the race. But Zionicle does get a good exit out of turn 13.
We closed up a lot for sure.
We'll have DRS.
Yep, and you know what? I think he's going to maybe make a move here. He's not using any battery yet. Still not. And the DRS really just did it.
Locks up the rears though a little bit into turn 1. Goes a little bit deep, but he does keep it. He does stick it. This is going to allow Kluka, after the Zionicle had the lock up on his rears, to go down the inside into turn 4.
Reclaims lead. Good stuff by Kluka. He does have significantly less battery. Zionicle's around 60. Kluka's at 14. So not much management from Kluka. He's doing all he can to fight off this driver on the soft tires, who's the wear should be coming pretty close to where he should pit. Z-Man 2.5 back, and F1 Nerd's about 3 seconds back, and he's got Pilot on his back door, and he's knocking, and he's coming through.
Pilot making another move with hardly, well, actually with a lot of battery, with some F1 Nerds right along. Yeah, Pilot's still doing decently on the ERS at this stage with all the overtakes he's been making. F1 Nerd, though, still up around 70. He just used some to get a little bit of speed going.
Back on the main straight, Zionicle will have another opportunity. He's not pitting, but he's using the DRS. And a nice easy move. So honestly, if they keep things like this, they could be working together for a little bit.
Yeah, if they don't fight each other too hard, but even so, I think that gap between these two, because of Zionicle's tires are degrading so quickly at this stage, Z-Man seems like he's starting to catch up slowly to them.
Some contact with turn 1. Halberg went deep. Oh, and he spins it too. We caught the back half of it. And Halberg
get around so you don't get DSQ.
Oh yeah.
Also, Ghosting's on. So.
Yeah, there's a new option this year as Easy gets past Sod after he pitted and got a new front wing. Here comes Sod down the inside. Ooh, opportunistic. Alfa Romeo driver on the outside. Ooh.
Looking like a young Max Verstappen out there.
Hey, even for last place, I mean, these guys are battling great racing so far.
Indeed, indeed. That gap starting to increase slowly between Zionicle and Kluka here, but Zionicle will get DRS as they pass through the detection zone into turn 14.
Now,
and
historically,
using all the battery.
Oh yeah, you can see it blinking in the back. Historically, Bahrain's kind of been on the border of a 1 or 2 stop, although I think on this game 1 stops all around the board with a different mixture should be the theme here today, as F1 Nerd and Bulldog getting a time penalty.
Yep, as we said last week, Bulldog did have a lot of penalties, making it a little opportunistic there from Bulldog. Getting really close to F1 Nerd around the outside there.
Couple brothers and sisters battling it out there. Look at the Red Bull team, the sister team. Man, we're all family here. Why can't things just be how they are?
Civilized.
Let's just eat dinner in peace. Who took the last piece of chicken?
Me. Zonicle's still doing pretty decent on those softs, which I don't know how. Yeah, which he's getting into that territory now where the hards will take him to the end of the race too now. So I think it's only a matter of time before he puts the softs up, puts the hards on.
Yeah.
Which it also could be a thing too. If he can take it to when Kluka pits, he might react to what Kluka does.
Here comes Bulldog, looking for the last piece of chicken. Oh, he's getting squeezed by F1 Nerd on the apex, and he'll have to do it up to turn 4.
Sod with another 3 seconds. Which I think he's up to like 8 seconds now. Yep, Sod is up to 8 seconds. Only 3 drivers with penalties at the moment.
Bags getting past, we are checking. That's for 8th. Easy and Sod, and you know what? Let's add Whiz Bang down the middle. Oh, Sod hits both of them.
Ooh.
But we're all good. Everybody's in the right direction, and we can continue forward. No harm, no foul.
I'm still very shocked that Zionicle's making these softs work. Pleasantly shocked.
Holding off Bulldog, and these guys back here, man. I thought I saw some craziness. Easy must have got some contact because he's now 2.5 back off these two.
Bulldog using significantly more battery than F1 Nerd as well. It's going to be interesting to see how this straightaway plays out here, which Bulldog's already alongside, basically, because as he will make the move.
And Zionicle got past Kluka in turn 1, so he'll have the lead with those soft tires. And Beggs is out. Retirement and a safety car. Let's see where this happened here. The Ferrari driver on the...
Oh, he might have gotten up on that outside curb out of turn 2.
Yep.
And sent his
Oh, and Halberg went for a spin. Damn, there must be some damn oil out on the track. Watch the safety car. Don't get hit by the safety car. Oh, did he get hit by the safety car? I think it ghosted, but man, that was almost a sequent moment. Flash back to Season 10. Platinum Class Australia. Go see that, folks, if you haven't. Man.
Wow, this is going to play right into Zionicle's hands as well in the strategy department, because Zionicle did take the lead as the safety car came out, it seems. So this is going to play directly into the McLaren's hands right here.
Yeah, this definitely helps out Zionicle. It helps out Z-Man, Pilot, everybody else from behind. Probably not the hard tire runners, although I feel like you could go in the mediums now and get to the end. So let's see what Zionical does with these softs. Does he go hard or does he put the mediums on? As Kluka also comes in the pits. And how does he get ahead? He got ahead of him.
Interesting. This game is broken.
And Zionical puts the hards on, so he's got a hard on, and Kluka's got the hards on.
And Zionical will get ahead, I think. Oh, nope. Game dumb. That's weird, because Zionical was unless the game glitched or something.
Now
As
the two
Bulldog
hard drivers,
Yep.
yeah, Bulldog, F1 Nerd, they're continuing on. They're going to get some track position here. Obviously, they have to pit yet, but they feel like they couldn't get to the end on the mediums. They want to continue on. Maybe they'll put the softs on at the end. But they will be leading the race. Kluka, Zionical not too far behind. Z-Man, Pilot, all in order. You got Machine. We were checking Toblerone. They'll be on the mediums as Toblerone is having fun with the Bullard in turn 1. He took
Took it for a nice ride.
Hey, he's having fun on the poles. I don't know. Let me tell you.
He just took it for a nice spin, man. Let him do his thing.
It is a Tuesday. I mean, people could get turned up on a Tuesday. I'm not judging here.
Seafreeze is judgy.
It'd be nice if with Aston Martin we got some points, and then we can go out and have some fun.
Hey, man. I got my 2 points last week.
I'm really wondering why Bug and F1 Nerd didn't come in to the pits to put the mediums on. Because he's still going to have another 1 or 2 laps under safety car because we had such big field spread. Because we had about 10, 11 laps green.
Yeah.
I really like what we are checking and Toblerone did with those mediums. Because they'll definitely get to the end. Because we're going to have, like I said, another lap or 2. So interesting strategy.
And also too, if there is another safety car, we are checking and Toblerone will be in a decent spot track position wise because they won't pit again more than likely.
Yeah. And they'll be on the quicker tire probably to the end of the race. So will they be able to snag a few positions? You know, they'll probably snag Bulldog and F1 Nerd by the time they pit. They'll be behind them. So there's 2 positions there, and can they grab 1 or 2 to get a top 5? It would be a nice day, especially because...
Oh, Pilot!
Yeah.
He hit Z-Man, and so Z-Man will also get a penalty for that.
Oh, yeah. Now, that can be submitted. Now, the person at fault will keep the penalty, although the person... Oh, Pilot's going to have to pit. Look at that. No wing at all.
Oh, there might be a brake checkage here.
Yeah, so...
I didn't see it. If the wing's all the way off, there might have been some brake checkage.
Yeah, just some slack in the line, so to speak. Yeah, if that wasn't Z-Man's fault, he could get that time penalty removed. It was 5 seconds, although he can't serve it. So if he goes for another pit stop and he serves the penalty, then obviously he can't get it removed. So yeah, and look at this. F1 Nerd got passed by, or he's trying to get passed by Kluka. Look at this. No, F1 Nerd's back in front. We're good. And I think the AI got D'Angelo because he went all robotic on us again. Maybe it was just a second. I'll just take this time to thank everyone for tuning in on the YouTube side of things and on the Twitch side of things. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't done so already. That'd be much appreciated. Tomorrow is our Golden class, same time, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time for their Bahrain Grand Prix. And then our top division, the Platinum class, is on Thursday. And same thing, the Bahrain Grand Prix, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Next week we are at Abu Dhabi for round number 3. You can check the description for more information. We still have, I think, 1 seat full-time in each class. And then you could obviously always sign up for reserve, so if you're looking to join a league or know anybody, we are relatively early on in the season. You can tell them to join up, go to the website for more information, fill out an application, join the Discord, and we'll hopefully get you on the grid for next week, because there's plenty of racing still to go in Season 16 as we're just underway. We also have some TCR merchandise, which is also on our website, so go check that out. We have custom jerseys, custom hoodies where you can get your name and number and flag on. We have t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs. I'm a fan of the coffee mugs. Sweatpants, so go and check all of that out if you're interested. And the Fanatec affiliation link, if you are looking to use get any Fanatec products, use the affiliate link, and part of the proceeds will come back to TCR, so we can keep providing these streams. It goes right back to the league to help in all the running costs. And yeah, also the podcast. Last episode 29 came out this morning, so go check that out if you haven't already. Go give it a listen. We'll have another one out next week, hopefully. If you'd like to be on, give us a shout, as the safety car is now in this lap. We got the second half of the race continuing on, and yeah, it's going to be a nice second half.
Here we go.
There's been a lot of... and Kluka's in the wall. I don't know why, and he's out.
What?
Wow.
What just happened?
I don't know
what
what
just
happened. I have no idea why we can't do a safety car. Maybe there was a glitch. I don't know. And pilots and back under. Oh, well, he pitted. All right, we know that. So
it doesn't even look like Kluka crashed. It just retired.
I think he said my internet's just too bad. He said it in the comments, which is surprising because Camden races and it's not that bad. So. I don't know. Maybe using a cord or something. Here comes Machine for P4.
Maybe. Yeah.
Here comes. We are checking and Toblerone on these new medium tires. 6th and 7th now. Here comes
Maybe
Toblerone
Kluka,
to 6th.
Maybe Kluka just has a bad internet night.
These two are fighting it out. Coming through the S section. Toblerone gets it. That's for 6th.
Zionical looking in on F1 Nerd right now as well, as the chaos behind them is happening. As Oreo drops down, he spins.
Yeah. Toblerone, look at this drag race up to turn 11.
Toblerone not using any battery.
He'll get
ahead
position.
of Z-Man.
See up front. Look how close these guys are. Machine is in it. Zionical is in it. F1.
Toblerone's in it now. It's like a 9-way battle here.
Yeah, look at this. Zionical down on the inside of the final corner on F1 Nerd.
Checking down the inside into turn 14 on Z-Man. Oh my god, what is happening?
Man. And F1 Nerd losing another one to Machine. Obviously, he's on those older tires. Man, it's hard to keep up. Everything's happening at once. Z-Man's losing some positions here. And he might be under pressure from Halberg behind.
Halberg not using any battery, but looks at the inside, but thinks better of it.
Toblerone gets F1 Nerd. He's up to 4th now.
Toblerone making his way through the field. Solid recovery so far.
Oh, a spin! A spin by
That's
Bulldog! And he's into the wall, TJ style. Sorry, TJ. Sorry,
Yep,
TJ. Sorry, TJ.
We called it earlier. We don't understand why him and F1 Nerd.
Oh, he might get
decided to stay.
disqualified. Look, he's going backwards. Don't do that.
Pulling a tomater, but yeah, we don't. Like we said, we didn't understand why they kept the hards on, and this just proves our point even further. because that's coming out of the hairpin. That's coming out of turn 8. So that's on the exit when there's really no grip anyway. And that just proves it that he had 0 grip. So Zionicle inherits the lead.
Oh, Z-Man and checking. Side by side in last corner, checking gets it. Yeah, that changes it though. It gives people a different opportunity. Halberg, man, look at the flyer on him. He's gonna get, he might even get F1 nerd. Oh, a little bit of contact.
He will get DRS on the F1 nerd.
That's a rocket ship on that thing.
Yeah, unlike the Ferrari in real life, apparently. Oh, and yep, adding insult to injury for Bulldog. Speeding in the pit lane.
Pilot, here comes Pilot after that. Oh, and I don't think checking saw him there, because he squeezed him off the track. And here comes Saad Niaz as well.
There's some craziness happening right now.
And I think everybody knows, you know, the battle's on now with that safety car.
Zionicle already over a second ahead of Machine in P2.
Man, I think Halberg he'll have a nice easy overtake on F1 Nerd, and then it's just whether or not he can get up to the top 3, who have all done pit stops, and they're good to go to the end. They're all about 1.3 seconds the gap, so no DRS for the top 3, but very close to it. Halberg as F1 Nerd, it does the smart thing. He pits then. You know, you don't want to get in a battle and risk getting taken out. And here comes Z-Man and Halberg down the straight. Pilot hits Z-Man.
That will be a penalty post race.
And that might be 2, because wasn't that Pilot who hit Z-Man under the formation lap?
Formation lap, or
the yeah, you know, whatever you call it when you go around on with the lights.
Safety car?
Yeah, the safety car.
Okay, yes, I think so. I think that was him who hit him. I
think
know.
so. Yeah, I think because he's got the penalty, and Saad Niaz has some damage on the front right.
Lots of craziness happening. It's been 4 laps since the safety car ended. What's going on?
I'm out of breath.
Okay, we got 10 laps to go.
Yeah, this brings Easy back into it. He had a nice beginning race, had a little struggle, and now with all these other problems by everybody else, he's starting to get back into the mix of things. Now he's got his teammate picking a move around the outside.
Yeah, I think if you are Easy, though, you try to let Z-Man get as many positions as possible here. Because he does have that penalty, so... But Z-Man has no battery, and Easy using up his battery. As we have seen before in the Silver Class, these Silver Class drivers are not the best ERS managers.
Yeah, that's usually most of them. And look at this, Alpines and the Alfa Romeo 3 wide down the straight.
It's a Alfa Romeo sandwich with Alpine bread.
I've never tried Alpine bread.
Ooh, Saad gets a little bit squirrely, and basically his back tire hits the side of, I think that was Easy, who went around the outside.
Now it's not a sandwich anymore. Now it's just 2 pieces of bread.
And then the meat's off on the counter.
Yeah, it fell off. Went to the dog. Where's the dog? Oh, he's 13th.
Whizbang looking around the outside of Saad into turn 8.
Speaking of the dog, just set the fastest lap, so he had a couple struggles on those hards. Speeding the pit lane, but now he's back out there trying to gain what he can.
Speaking of dogs, the Toblerone.
Yeah.
He was within a second, lost it through that little section right there that he's coming through. But will he be able to get to the DRS zone for the main straight?
see Machine's light is blinking, so he's got only 5% left on the battery. As here comes Pilot on we are checking. Into turn 1, he'll get the position. Z-Man gets easy.
Oreo with a penalty. You want to Oreo in the points too. You don't want to get too many penalties because F1 Nerd will be gaining rapidly because he just put on new mediums.
And both of those two drivers that were leading the safety car decided not to pit. F1 Nerd and Bulldog both down in 11th and 13th outside the points. So that was not the correct strategy at the time. As Whizbang.
Oh, yellow flag! Whizbang spins.
Gonna rejoin right in front of F1 Nerd.
Really? All of a sudden, there's like nothing happening.
Oh, look at this. Now we got a Pilot in the DRS of Halbert.
Yep, he will get DRS on this main straight. Will he use the battery? What does Halberg have battery-wise? Like 0 at this point, considering he's at only 13.
Toblerone just got inside the second, so he'll have the DRS now on Machine, and he'll close in on second, which is where he started the race.
Yeah, Machine goes a little bit wide there, coming out of that exit of turn 3 up to turn 4. I don't know what that was about, but I think Toblerone might have been pushing his tires so much they might be wearing faster, so he does need to be careful.
And Pilot's looking racy. I'd expect a move sooner. I think he could get him before the next start finish.
Definitely has the battery advantage as well, which will help him in his endeavors.
Might do it here. Yep, he will.
It moves to the inside, covers him off a little bit, gets the job done. And also Pilot did serve the penalty as well.
He did, yeah. So if you didn't get in that squabble, probably be up there fighting for the lead.
Probably so. Z-Man, I don't know if he served it. Let's see. He has 5 seconds. He has not served it.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that gets removed, because I don't think that any of that was his fault. But, you know, obviously we'll have to go to the stewards if they want to go that route. But
which Z-Man might not go to the stewards to get Pilot another penalty, but just to get rid of his.
Right, yeah.
So,
although he only has to pull another half a second, and he'll get the advantage over his teammate, and then it wouldn't even matter. So you could just do it the hard way.
Yep.
Exactly.
Be a racer, don't be a pleb. Oh, Pilot gets a little loose. A little scary moment right there at a turn 8. Bulldog, another 5-second penalty, and he's done.
He's out, yeah. He did it in a pit lane, which is where you should do it if you have to retire, and he was pretty far off to where he really just needed a safety car to get back in this thing. But it
really,
still
I think those
could have an opportunity to get one. I mean, if I was him, I probably would have went another 2-3 laps just to get to the point where you can't physically get a safety car, and then go from there. But I just want to go on board with Cyonical because he's going to be coming past Bulldog, because Bulldog retired in the pit lane, and they still have that where they let the car out on track. So
yeah,
no
at least
it's off track.
It doesn't make. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but at least it doesn't cause a safety car if you retire in the pits. So.
But Zionicle doing a pretty good thing out in front. It really was just handed this position because Kluka retired because of his internet, I do believe. Bulldog and F1 Nerd had bad strategy staying out. Pilot had hit the back of Z-Man, so them two kind of got in a squabble. And he put a nice 6-second gap on Machine. And he finished P3 last week, so he's doing his old thing out there. Machine in his first race, his debut, is in a nice second at the moment, but he's under pressure for these remaining laps. He's got Toblerone and Pilot and even Halberg on the threat. They're coming from behind, and Toblerone, a nice recovery for the moment, for the time being, up in the podium positions.
Yeah, if you're a Machine, you cannot be done yet. Even though you did build up a 1.5 second gap, you still have these quick drivers behind you, so you cannot rest quite yet. There are still, well, about to be 6 laps, but 7 at the moment.
Oh, a yellow whiz bang.
He's out.
And a safety car. Bulldog, that's why you stay in it, man. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, my dude.
This is going to be interesting. Z-Man's in. Easy looked like he was going in, but faked out. Machine speeding under safety. And he can't serve it under safety car conditions.
Yeah, this is a split strategy. You're right. So who was it? Z-Man was in the pits, but he served his penalty. So his F1 Nerd is coming in. He put the soft tires on. Oreo put the soft tires on. And now Saad Niaz is coming in. Now he's putting on 4-lap old softs because he used softs earlier on. But those are still better. Nope, he's getting new ones.
This is gonna be interesting. What do all the leaders do now as well? Because they will still be ahead of the guys starting in 8th if they all come into pit. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Which even if Zionicle is the only one who pits, he still comes out ahead of Toblerone at least. Because of the way how slow they have to go because of the safety car.
Yeah, I think as the leader, it's really 50-50. It's what do you want? How do you feel about your setup? Do you want the track position, or do you want to come in and get the tires? I think coming in is the correct call.
Especially now, because that gap is somehow expanded.
Yeah, because you could work with the Delta still. Just because the safety car comes out doesn't mean it's rest time. It means you push that Delta as much as you can, and Zanicle's he's going to opt for the track position.
I think that's the wrong move. I think Toblerone should have went in as well.
Yeah, well, now that's the thing. It depends. It's a right or wrong move depending on what the others do behind. And right now, Zionicle has a 2-car buffer with Toblerone and Pilot. Now, if those two came in, it would have been the wrong call. Now, I think has an opportunity to win this race because he's got 2 drivers behind him on older tires. Everyone else will have the softs on, or in this case,
well,
mediums.
we've been seeing though Toblerone even on those older mediums has decent pace. I think it's going to be a thing too. Is can Zionicle get those hards to heat back up rather quickly once we go back green as well? Because the mediums will fire up quicker than the hards will. So. Yeah.
See, the thing is, I like Pilot's laps, and his numbers on his laps are 11, two sooner than Toblerone. The thing is, he has soft drivers right behind him, and it might be Machine now, which won't have an effect, but he'll have Halber, we are checking Z-Man, who will absolutely be so much quicker. It's going to be hard to keep them behind. What I like about Zionicle is, if he could keep those hard tires, he's got to be working them now. Like right now, he's got to be working these hards. I mean, you got to keep temperature in these hard tires, and you have to think about when you want to time going back to green, because you have to get Toblerone and Pilot sleeping, and you have to think about when you want to do that. And I think if he gets a nice launch, and his tires are warm enough, he could win it because we won't have DRS for, and I don't think any of this race. Will we get it on the last lap? Possibly. Depends when this thing comes in. We're on 26 now. We'll probably get going at the end of this lap. So we might have DRS on the final lap.
I think.
Oof, it's tough.
Well, yeah,
it could go anyway.
Yeah, because the grid will be bunched up by the time the safety car should say it goes in. Except for probably maybe Sod and Oreo, but I still think even then, because these guys should be able to go full speed to catch back up, and I think Sod might be coming in to retire.
Why is he... Did he get more damage, or what happened with him?
I mean, he's putting on another set of tires.
I don't know. Maybe he had a dirty set. He's like a baseball player. He gets a new ball. He's like, nah, I don't like this one. Give me another one.
Could be.
Man, he's got to catch up. He's going to have the warmest tires, but, you know, double pitting there doesn't make much sense unless there was a problem with the first set. But he's got to absolutely be flying here to catch back up to even get any points, but he's got a second, 3 seconds, so... Alright, this is it. It'll be in this lap, for sure, I hope. I think Zionical can do it, because those mediums, I don't think they're really much great at this stage. And Zionical, he's got that 2-car buffer, he's got control of the restart, and he's got 2 laps at least of no DRS. It's just whether or not you get it on the last lap. I think you would. And if he's got enough battery, he can hold it off. Because you got really a 3-car cushion, because Machine is got that penalty in the 4th. So it's all on Halberg, and we are checking. Can they close up to the lead? Oh, we're going an extra lap.
Yeah, we are going an extra lap. I was just about to say that, but I let you keep spilling.
Oh, so this puts it way into Zionicals. The percentage just went up, and that's thanks
we're only gonna have
this is Sod.
Sod,
Yeah.
We're only gonna have 2 laps of racing, so this is gonna be really interesting.
If it was
Going
3,
down
I'd
to the
say
wire.
Maybe the soft tire runners, or maybe the medium runners, or, something could happen. But because Sod pitted,
Also, Oreo's ahead of... What? This game broken. It's already broken.
I don't understand it. So we'll have 2 laps now. So no DRS at all. This is going to be purely battery usage. And now, Machine. It's really up to what's Machine gonna do as well. Is he gonna come in as soon as it goes green, or will he do 2 laps and will he get DQ'd? Because then he would get DQ'd. But I mean, he's not getting points unless someone retires, and he then serves his drive-through. But if he doesn't serve it, it's a DQ. He doesn't get points regardless. So if he stays out, it's going to maybe Holter, Hallberg, and we are checking, and the other guys behind. But if he comes in immediately, it could shake some things up. So, whew. I hope everyone's enjoying. This is a nice ending here.
Yeah, this has been really exciting. I did not think we would have 2 safety cars. I thought it'd be... I always figure it's at least 1 with the silver class, but not 2. But then we didn't even have 1 last week, so I came into this week like, what's going to happen?
Alright, it's all on Zionical when he wants to go, and he is gone, and now he's kind of caught him napping a little bit. You can't overtake until the start-finish line. So Toblerone's in a position.
Look at Toblerone, though.
Here comes
gaining,
Pilot.
And they were both using battery.
Here comes into 1. Toblerone and Pilot. Machine continues on, so he doesn't pit for the penalty yet. We have a yellow up back. That's Oreo. He is gone.
He spun again. It looks like.
Here we go through the S section. No position changes. Oh, big send by checking. He's gonna grab Halberg, and the Z-Man goes around. An absolute
Z-Man spins. Yep. Z-Man will still get points though, or a point.
That was a sketchy move there. We are checking. He sees points. He's going for it, and I respect it. Those medium tires, they got nothing left. They have nothing left for Zionical. I think he's got it in the bag. Good call by him. And these two, like I had said, they're kind of halting the positions from behind. Kind of a log jam here.
What is that? There's like a diamond forming right there.
And checking's gonna go around the outside. Oh, we are checking. He's having a good race. Let's get a nice finish here. F1 Nerd and the Red Bull's coming.
Machine never pitted, so he's gonna have. I think that equates to 5 seconds.
I think he gets DQ'd, or maybe not. I don't know.
Well, it's at the end of the race. I don't think he does get DQ'd.
Whoa! Oh, carbon fiber. Oh,
Halberg's on the track.
Who's that in the back? Oh no! He had such a good run. He had such a good run. Oh.
What is going on?
He got in. Something happened with weird checking. Oh, he had such a good run. He was
Pilot dropped
good.
down all the way to P5, and that meant here comes Sod. Where did he come from?
Yeah, he's got the damage. He's got the damage.
Yep, that entire left end plate's off. But where did Sod come from?
Well, man, he's off the track now. Where is he? There he is. And Pilot, yeah, he's down to 7th after all that nonsense. F1 Nerd's up to 4th. He still has, he should have a podium here. He can maybe get 2nd. Here comes Machine.
He has no battery. Multiple warnings. F1 Nerd has no battery compared to Toblerone there. Here comes Halberg as well. Halberg's looking on the podium on F1 Nerd.
As we go to the front.
Go around the outside, little wheel banging.
It's going to be Zionical to grab his first win.
20-second time penalty for Machine.
Toblerone will get 2nd, F1 Nerd in 3rd, and just barely over Halberg. Pilot finishes 5th and Easy in 6th.
I think Machine finished in P10 because of he got 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Because of the unserved drive-thru. Well, guys in gold and plat, don't serve your drive-thrus because it's 20 seconds.
I always thought it was a disqualification. I guess they changed it on this one. 20 seconds.
That's fair, honestly.
Yeah, no, it is fair. It's about what would happen. I mean, you probably would lose a little bit more in the drive-thru, but
I would probably say so.
Because you gotta slow down and you gotta speed up. So it's about 18, 19, 20 seconds, and then yeah. But there's the podium there. Zionical gets his first win. Toblerone and F1 Nerd on the podium.
I got F1 Nerd in P3.
Didn't you have Toblerone too?
I had Toblerone winning. I had him winning. And Kluka was going to be 2nd, but
Z-Man gets the fastest lap. Man, we are checking. Had such a strong finish. I thought it was really going good for him. Unfortunately.
Oh, it was.
9th.
It definitely was.
But he looks so strong. That's the strongest we've seen. We are checking. You know, last season he wasn't this good. I mean, he put on a nice performance here today. Hopefully we see a lot more of that. But yeah, Zionical gets it. Toblerone and F1 Nerd. Whew. For those watching, hope everyone enjoyed. We're going to go to the post-race interviews, so if anyone has any questions, leave them in the comments down below. We'll be sure to ask. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the Golden Class Thursday class. Thursday class. That's what we used to call it. I keep
I was
calling
about to say,
it the Thursday
were we going back to 2017?
I still call it the Thursday class. The Platinum class on Thursday. Next week we're at Abu Dhabi for round number 3. You can check the description for more information. To sign up, you could do an application, join the Discord where we're the most active, and keep up to date with everything TCR at Trinity Racing. So all that good stuff's down in the description. We're going to go to the post-race interviews now.
Getting everybody in here, telling them to freaking join.
I will say that was a pretty good race, all in all. It was pretty crazy at the end. I think a big change from the first round where it was so clean. I don't think there was any like dirty moves or anything, just your normal racing incidents here and there. I'm sure there'll be a few incidents between some drivers exchanging some paint and carbon fiber, but all in all I thought it was a pretty nice race together. I hope that Kluka can figure his internet out, because it's interesting. Camden Luca races in the same house as him, and Camden had almost not many issues last season. I think he had a few disconnects, if that, but Kluka decided, I think, to retire, and that kind of brought him out of the conversation of the race, which you don't really like to see. So hopefully he gets that fixed, and yeah. Now, is anybody gonna?
Anybody gonna join?
I mean,
hello. This would be a first if we got no drivers wanting a post-race interview. That would be a first.
it would work well for me. I mean, I would be able to get some food quicker. Oh, here they come. Never mind.
I just work here, so I just work here.
Alright, so we got the people coming in. Alright, post-race interviews. We're going to start with P number 3, the F1 nerd in the Red Bull. You had enough fuel in it this week. Podium. How we feeling? P3, crazy ending, and you drag raced Halberg to the end. You must be pretty happy with that finish. Well, we lost him.
I think we lost him like halfway through your.
There we go.
Oh, no, I'm here.
You're all good. Rookie mistake.
How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Oh my god. Holy. Well, I mean, you guys saw what happened there at the end. It was an Australia season 15.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Madness.
took me back to last season. Damn. Well, it was a great race, actually. Great fun with I think it was a Ferrari Halberg until the end. I thought he had it. I thought he got it. I was like, fuck, no. But yeah, the safety car pit strategy was probably questionable. I probably messed that up. So I thought I was like max P9 at the end, but until the safety car came in and silver class showed up, so they got me a podium.
Yeah, that is right. You stayed out on that first safety car, and you and Bulldog both. It was kind of the wrong decision at the time, but this last safety car got you back into it. Where did you start at the end on the final restart?
I was right at P9. Yeah,
Wow.
P9. Once it was like it went for another lap, I was like, it's over. The max I can get is maybe a P8, P7. But yeah, I was. It was a. I'm surprised I didn't get crashed out because on that last lap, I think it was Toblerone, a Haas, and a Williams going three wide during turn one, and I think I don't know the Haas went by, and then Toblerone and the Williams got kind of hit, and then so the Williams was like a truck in the middle of the track, and I couldn't brake fast, so I hit the rear, and then that caused me to get wing damage, which got it too close to Halberg at the end. But yeah. I hope I don't get any reports. I think I was clean, but let's see.
And that drag race to the end there with Halberg, did he? Were you side by side in the last corner? We didn't quite see, or did he have a nice exit out of the final corner, or how did that go?
Uh, I think it all came down to the ERS because you know this game on the streets. You have ERS on, you're flying by. So I think he had more than me because I was out on the straight behind the last straight before the first straight. I was out of ERS, and I was just like, I just parked my car in the middle going into that turn. I was like, I'm either defending it all or it's over. And then we kind of like, I think I used all of my ERS just on the exit to get the acceleration and then I think I was out, so he was just catching by until I think it was like gonna be a William Stroll Bottas, I think. I don't know if you guys
At
remember.
Canada?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it was gonna be like that, but 0.059 that saved me.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
close.
not bad, but great drive from him. And to be like, I think he fell back behind me during that safety car restart, and then he was right behind me with the Alfa Romeo, who was last and popped up at P4, that was crazy. I need to watch the highlights and see what happened back there.
Yeah, it was a
But,
good race.
yeah.
You should rewatch it and give it a like too.
Will do. I'll be sure to check it out. But I want to say congrats to Toblerone and Cyanical as well. Great race from them. And great recovery from Toblerone. That was after that spin he had on the first lap, which wasn't because of him, so he didn't technically spin this race. But yeah.
I had a spin later, unforced.
Oh no.
Oh
I
boy.
guess the streak continues. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, hey, you got a P2 this time, so not bad. Congrats.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Also, I had one question. I don't know if you guys saw
Alright, yeah.
what was happening with Kluka.
Yeah, so we were kind of interested. We were confused on the safety car. He was up front running that, in position for the win, and I think he was having internet issues, and I think because he had something in the comments on the YouTube side of things, and he said that his internet was not working well or whatever, and I think he just retired. Like he hit the retire button, which I guess is a good thing to do if your internet, you're having big issues. Although I'm confused why he has problems when Camden last season didn't, and they run in the same house. So maybe it's just this week, maybe it's just tonight. But yeah, it was an internet problem that kind of took him out of it, which is unfortunate because you don't want to see that too often. Because I think he would have been up there battling towards the end if he didn't have that issue.
Yeah, no, I think him and Zionical were just battling P1, P2, changing positions, I think. So, yeah, it's tough luck, but yeah, it was weird because on my screen he's just glitching in front of me and then goes back, goes in front, and then I get a tap from the rear from him a couple times, and I'm like, oh no. And then the game just told me you can't overtake him anymore, so I just sat in my place, and then he went off to the sides, just DNF'd, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, crazy race, but good podium and good result, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thank you. See you guys.
And we'll move on to the Aston Martin over the big Toblerone. You got a podium. It's been a long time. I don't know. This isn't your first podium, is it? No.
No, I think I had a win last season.
You had something. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't, let's pretend it did.
It definitely has been a minute though.
You had some good speed. You put this baby on the front row, and you had a little tap by somebody out in turn 10. How did that change the race from there, and how did you come back and battle back to be on the podium for P2?
I mean, honestly, I pulled that qualifying lap out of nowhere. It was faster than any of my TT times this past week. So that wasn't my pace. My pace was so bad tonight. Like, the start wasn't helped by, I think it was Bulldog. And then, like, I just couldn't catch anyone. Like, I was like, oh, I'm in clean air. Like, I was trying not to use my battery and just, like, put in some clean laps. And I was losing time to the people in front of me when I was in clean air and they're battling. So I was just like, cool, I'm just going to drive around. I literally was just driving around. It was like I was on a Sunday cruise. And then that first safety car really saved me. But it was like kind of a stretch for the mediums. Like I was like calculating in my head. I was like, these mediums are going to be like 60% by the end. But like I didn't have a choice. And then had like a really nice restart on the first safety car. And got up to like 5th or something. And then that second safety car obviously really helped me with all the nonsense that happened. And then I was in second place. And I mean, Zionical on an old set of hards pulled like 3 seconds on me in 2 laps. Like that just showed my pace. It was embarrassing tonight, but
no, I don't think it was.
I had full battery. So I was playing defense out there.
Hey, sometimes you don't have the pace on some of these races, but it's about clawing through and getting the results, even when you don't. That's what makes, when you do have the pace, it makes those days good and these days good. So I thought you did pretty good. But what, so you felt like the mediums at the end were pretty dead. What percentage did you see? Any of the percentages at the end? I'm trying to get a feel for these tire wears on this game.
I think at the very end I was like 45 maybe.
Oh, okay, not bad.
I was going through like 3% a lap on the mediums. And so I think I was at like 45, which I mean wasn't the end of the world. Like they still had a lot of grip left, but obviously not like those brand new softs that everyone had at the end. And I was just hanging on for dear life. I could hear the carnage happening behind me, and it was crazy.
Well, hey, I'm happy for you to get that podium even after those spins, but we won't talk about them. One was
one unforced.
One unforced. One was
with 30 laps around Bahrain. That's a win right there, because this track's a skating rink. So
yeah, this low grip here. But we go to Abu Dhabi next week, so hopefully we'll see you again.
Yeah, should be a good one.
Yeah,
fingers crossed. That's a plan.
Awesome. So that's Toblerone and the Aston Martin, and then we'll go to our winner, the driver of the hour in the McLaren, Zionical. Gets his first win in TCR and in the silver class, and his second go at it. Back-to-back podiums, and you pretty much had this win pretty covered off as soon as Kluka kind of retired under that safety car. You didn't really have many threats out there besides that last safety car and that decision whether to come into the pits or not, and you decided to stay out. So how did that decision go? And obviously it was the right one, but was there any call to come in and put some new softs on, seeing as though everybody else was behind you?
Yeah, I mean, that was the worst thing that could have happened to me possible. Like, I literally was thinking in my head, I was so comfortable that I was like, the only thing that can screw me here is if there's a safety car in like the next 2 laps. I was like, otherwise it just takes us to the end and I win. And I was like, when that came out, I was just like so stressed because I had no idea what to do. But I had done a practice race or 2, and I had seen that the hards last like a really, really long time. Like I was using ERS, but I put down like a 133.4 and like a 133.6 6, I think, on the hards that were like almost 20 laps old at that point. So they felt really good. So I was super happy with soft hard, and I just thought I didn't want to give away first position when I had first position pace for most of the night.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of had a lot to do with what the others did around you, because it could have easily have gone a different outcome if, for example, Toblerone and Pilot didn't pit, as well as the machine getting a drive-through penalty and still staying out, and those 3 cars kind of held as a buffer to you because they were holding off the soft drivers who just pitted. And also, there was another driver, the Alfa Romeo Saad Niaz, who pitted. He double pitted for some reason, and then extended the safety car 1 extra lap. So it gave you only 2 laps to run with instead of 3. So I felt like everything kind of fell to plan, even in those circumstances. If those went the other way, it could have easily been. If you had a soft driver right behind you, it would have been a lot more difficult. But yeah, everything kind of went your way. Yeah, I don't know what else. It was a good race. You had a good battle at the beginning. You were on the softs when Kluka was on the mediums. Yeah, how did that feel at the beginning there? With the soft tires.
I was really happy with soft hard. I figured I'd probably be the only one to do it because it's a little risky unless you can't take both of them a little longer than you'd expect. But I had been, like I said, I was pretty happy with how long the hards last, so I only needed to get the softs to like lap 10. And when I saw I was sticking with Kluka, I was really happy. Like the Kluka was really the only person that I was like worried about losing to for most of the race. Z-Manners found some pace in the middle of the race, but they had like an unfortunate incident at turn 1, I think. And so it was mainly just me and Kluka. And when I saw I was able to stay in DRS with Kluka and fight him a bit, even on like the 9-10 lap old softs, I was really happy because I figured, hey, I'm going to undercut them. I really like how I can last the hards, and I think I can win this. And then the safety car came out, and it wasn't that bad, but I was a little frustrated because I still wanted to get the undercut, and I wasn't now. And then there was, I had just it was so weird because Kluka was having really bad internet issues. I could tell from right behind them. It was very obvious. And I had just passed them before the safety car came out. So I went into first, and they were like rubber banding around when they went into the pits, and they somehow came out in front of me into the pits, even though I was in front before. So I was like really worried. I was like, if their internet comes back, this is going to be frustrating because I feel like I had that. And then once it went away from them, I felt pretty good until the second safety car, yeah. But it was a tough call. It was a really tough call.
Yeah, it could have went very 50-50, and those are the worst situations. But yeah, sometimes you just have to go with one and see how it goes. And I was just actually getting word that Kluka is getting his internet solved. He's getting an Ethernet cord tonight. So hopefully next week everybody is not affected and he gets it by then, and we don't have to have any issues like that. So that is good. So congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week for Abu Dhabi. We'll see if you get on the podium once again.
Thank you so much, and great race, F1 nerd and Big Toblerone. It's super cool to see some other people on the podium too.
You too, man. Nice race.
Great race. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
All right, that's going to do it for this one. D'Angelo, I'm going to throw back to you. Quick summary for today's Bahrain GP. If he's there. D'Angelo, don't...
Oh, my mic was muted, sorry.
Muted.
It's always muted. I'm trying to think of something than 5 words or less.
5 words or less, here we go.
Fun, but chaotic late.
Fun, but chaotic late. That's 4. We need one more. Throw one out.
I said 5 or less. I don't know.
5 or less. Oh, alright, we're playing that game. That works for me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of another word at the moment. But no, I thought it was fun. Even without all the chaoticness at the end, I thought it was a good race.
Yeah. Absolutely. yeah, so that's been round 2. I think just want to thank everybody for watching. Come back again for tomorrow, Golden Class, the Platinum Class on Thursday. Check the description for more information. Next week we're at Abu Dhabi. And I think that's going to do it here from TCR and everyone at TCR. Don't forget to give this video a like, and be much appreciated if you do so. With that being said, it's been a pleasure. It's been D'Angelo and myself, C Freeze. And until next time, have a good night, everybody.